Hey everyone, Ryan coming back at you here. Long time no see. Hope everyone's doing well. I personally been pretty busy with our fiscal year end at work. So I'm trying to get into video on my last free day, probably the last free day of the month here in September. I'll be pretty slammed through the rest of September and probably the beginning of October. So trying to keep up as best I can. I'm still really active with cards, you know, either on Facebook or eBay in general. But I do so much miss the YouTube community and being able to keep up as much as I did in the past. But, you know, work is work, and we'll get there. But I wanted to show some recent pickups, card-wise and memorabilia-wise, and show you my wall, finally. Yeah, so hope you all are having a great Sunday. Happy Sunday fun day to everyone out there. Hope your teams do well today. Unless you're a Broncos fan, I hope the game is close. Hope it's high scoring. But I hope my Colts come out on top. We'll see. I think they were rudely awoken last week that they got a long way to go. I still think they'll do fine this year, but they have a long way to go. And they're playing one of the best defenses in the league today, so it'll be interesting to see in a week how much they can step up. Yeah, so I hope everyone's doing well. I'll show you some cards. These are more investment pieces for myself. I still have a couple things on my watch list that I want kind of sooner than later for my collection, and I'll show you in the wall kind of what I'm doing with that. I'll talk to you about that real quick, though. Kind of what I'm doing now with my personal collection, one of the things that I want to kind of talked about in the past. Like being a super collector, something is awesome, but it's also really stressful, really exhausting. You know, like if you're trying to put an entire rainbow together and then the one guy's got the one of one and he's just being out of control on price stuff, it can really take a lot of wind out of your sails. So, I don't know, for me, one thing that helped me change my perspective on what I want to do moving forward in the hobby to keep it interesting for me is I'm a diehard sports fan. All sports. I appreciate all different players. I mean, I have my favorite teams, obviously, but what I'm doing with cards moving forward is I'm just picking up like the most iconic, best base rookie auto of a particular player that I like. I'm trying to keep them on card if I can, and then I'm getting them PSA graded. So like in football, it's generally going to be contenders. Baseball, it's generally going to be Bowman Chrome, and so on and so forth. But what I'm getting to in the older players, I'm still trying to decide what I want to do with those because there's, you know, a lot of people like Joe Montana who didn't have an autographed rookie card. So I'm trying to decide, you know, kind of what I want to do moving forward with those guys, or even the more vintage players may just do like their base non-auto, or I might get, you know, a lot of times people get their base rookie autos signed at like the National and then PSA graded, and I might go that route, but I haven't decided yet. But it's making it a lot more interesting and a lot more sustainable in the long run for me, because I like so many different things, and it gives me the opportunity to say like, hey, I've got my Manning contenders, and like I'm good not buying Manning autos unless like I can get a really good deal on one. I don't want to chase down every single one, every variation anymore. It's exhausting and it's expensive, and it's just not sustainable in the long run. So, you know, again, I talked about this in the past. The hobby is only a hobby. If it's fun for you, the moment it turns into work, it's not fun, and a lot of people burn out on that. So I don't want to get burnt out because I love this hobby and I want to be able to do it for the rest of my life, and I want to be able to pass it on to my kids, and this is working out well for me. So I'll show you the pickups I kind of picked up as like little side investments recently, and then I'll show you a New Jersey that I got framed, and I'll show you where I'm at with my wall right now. So first off, I got this as an eBay steal. I think a lot more about these now, where I'm thinking about some of the older players and who didn't have like patch cards and stuff back in the day, and I'm trying to get nice ones of them now. So could be PC, could not, I don't know, we'll see. But I love this Panini Flawless. So this is a 2014-15. I got a steal on this Abdul-Jabbar 1 of 1. He's a dead set legend, obviously. Three color. Just a real chunky pack, 1 of 1. Got a really good price on that, so I couldn't pass it up. Likewise with these two, I keep telling myself, like, we undervalue the amount of greatness that we have in basketball today. I'm a huge basketball fan. Obviously, it kind of sucks to be a Pacer fan because, like, I mean, Paul George is amazing, but we've never had, like, the good supporting cast around them. And growing up, I had Reggie Miller, and we had a good supporting cast, and that was the year we went to the finals. And, but it's just, we're still not built for a championship right now. It's pretty much the Cavaliers and the Warriors and everyone else. So I think to myself, you know, like LeBron James, you know, if Michael Jordan had cards like LeBron James, you know, like where would he be at now? So essentially, I picked these two up. I didn't have anything with LeBron, and they're twinsies. They're both pops of 1 at PSA 10. But I got the dual out of 10 and the dual out of 15. I think I'm just going to sit on these for a long time. See what I'm going to do with them. But I think he's obviously going to go down as arguably like one of the top 10, if not top 5 players to ever play the game. So I thought that these were a sound investment. And then emotionally, this was a huge pickup for me. It was a huge gamble for me. On my wall, I already have my one Chris Bryant card I'm set with. It was his first Bowman Chrome base auto. I have his PSA 10. Like, that's it. I don't want to worry. I don't want to mess around with other variations and stuff, because that's where you can either make a ton or lose a ton. And I've more in my past lost a ton on buying these quirky variations that only me and 3 other guys think are really interesting, and you're trying to sell to super collectors. But I bought this as a BGS 9.5, and I thought it had tremendous potential to cross as a 10. There was 0 that had ever crossed at a 10. And fortunately for myself, the gamble paid off. I'm probably going to sit on this for a long time, because I still think like he is one of the best up-and-coming players. Not even up-and-coming. I mean, minor league player of the year, rookie of the year, and could be the first player ever to get major league MVP back-to-back-to-back years. But this is out of 25. This card is a monster. PSA 10. It's a pop of 1. Chris Bryant. Beautiful card. I saw a Trout PSA 9 sell for like an ungodly amount of money recently, and I'm like, but this guy's actually, you know, he's on a team that has a lot of potential to bring a lot of accolades to their team here in recent years, so we'll see what happens. But that was a lot of moving and shaking I've been doing recently, and I got that one. So excited to have all those right now. I'll show you the other stuff. Here we go. So in the past, I've always had this one. I also had a white one in my basement, but I sold the white one so I could help get the one that's coming up to the right. So I've had the Manning. I finally got this back up. It's UDA authenticated. And now I have an Andrew Luck. This is Panini COA. I got him framed the exact same way with Men in Memories. Had this really nice cherry wood frame. I did the matting, and I have you know, so here we go. Really nice autograph, and they look pretty sweet next to each other. I think the only other, so I'm trying to do like a wide shot of my basement. The only other one I think I'd ever want on the wall is a Colt. I mean, I could go through 20 other guys emotionally I'd love to have on my wall, but I think if I did a quarterback dynasty trio over here, I'm really one day wanting to put up a Johnny Unitas. If I can get one, it's just hard to find one with a good auto. But I'd love to have that someday and just have like the Colts trifecta. But right now, I think personally it looks pretty freaking awesome. And then, what's up? NFL Countdown. Going over to my wall. I got a long way to go with this. But up here I got kind of my YouTube stuff. Oh yeah, that's old school as all get out. Indie Noodle. My barely worn stuff. Just on my YouTube PC. I got a lot of other things I want to put up here, so I don't know how I want to display everything. Congrats on the promotion recently. Garrett. Denny. I got some really cool pieces there. And like I said, this is kind of the direction I'm going with my PC. I still want to display the, you know, there's a lot of money wrapped up in here, so I don't want them just like casually in places where my kid at some point is going to be able to just grab and pull them down. But I got my my Manning Contenders PSA 8. Luck is a 10. Wilson is a 10. Walter Payton. See, this is what I was saying with the more vintage players. I really like the idea of the rookie reprints from like Top Stars, where it took their rookie card essentially and had them sign it, and I think it looks really sharp. So that's my my Walter Payton. This is probably one of the only variations I'm ever going to keep, because I still think it's one of the coolest autographs ever in football history. The Triple Manning from UD Black out of 15. This one Allen gave me, and I got that slabbed. The classics from Marshall Faulk. Until I can find a better rookie of him, like I think this may be the one I just keep forever, because I think it's sharp. It's a blue autograph with like the blue parallel. Got my Bryant, got my Harper. My first trade I ever did with Ryan Bannister. Got Tony Dungy. So I mean, I'm in the early phases of kind of where I want to be with this. But this is kind of where I'm at right now. So yeah, that's a lot for one video, and yeah, just been really busy. I want to say like I'm still a lover of cards and the cardboard and the hobby, and I'm still doing it, and I'm still trying to keep up with it on the side while I'm doing homework in the middle of the night and watching ESPN and trying to keep up on videos. And I just hope everyone's doing well. Kids crying, so I really got to get upstairs, but hope everyone's doing great. I hope to talk to you soon, and have a great rest of your week. Talk to you later. Deuces.